Since we've been talking about Valve and Steam for the past week, let's keep talking about them. Now Valve has announced a controller for their Steam software. And console gamers, before you go, listen up, because this is exciting for you too, because it's a controller and it may eventually be in your living room. So this Steam controller is very interesting. Obviously, it's going to work with the recently announced Steam machines and Steam OS and just Steam in general. And Valve is looking for this to be an alternative to a mouse and keyboard while retaining the accuracy that PC gaming has with a mouse and keyboard. It's doing this through touchpads. You guys saw the pictures. The controller is essentially just two giant touchpads, which is the one aspect of the controller that completely turns me off. Now, they are making it better by it has like super futuristic, scientific haptic feedback. Haptic feedback, if you don't know, is like that slight vibration that you get, like, for example, like when you touch your cell phone, that sensitive vibration that is adjusted and calibrated depending on what it's supposed to simulate vibrating. And that's very cool, and that's going to make up for the lack of tangible joysticks, I guess, a little bit. There are 16 input like buttons on this whole controller. The circle pads click, there are triggers, there's a start button, there's a menu button, stuff like that. There's also a touchscreen in the middle, which I think is the most important thing of this controller. While I'm not really into the touch pads because I feel like they're limiting, and I feel like as much as it might have Valve's awesome technology behind it and haptic feedback, at the end of the day, it's going to be like an iDevice, which people always knock for the controls being crappy because it's on a touchscreen. So not really into that. That being said, the rest of it is really exciting. The whole concept of it, the whole thing of it existing is really freaking exciting. The fact that this has an adjustment mode that makes it work with pretty much every Steam game is going to be really exciting. And the fact that it has a touch screen pad on it that is like the PS4 controller, but it's an actual screen and it's touch-based. And it opens up a whole bunch of opportunities for the developers to put cool stuff like menus and stuff on the screen. Just really exciting shit. So this controller, I don't really think it's a game changer, and I think that a lot of people aren't going to be into it. I think people will just opt for the Xbox gamepad, plugging that into your PC, or mouse and keyboard. But I think for a lot of people, this can be a fun new way to control your PC games. And honestly, that's really exciting because it's been kind of the same forever, and Valve is trying to really kind of kick things forward a little bit. So that I have to give them a lot of credit for. While I said I'm not totally 100% on board with this controller, like a lot of my other colleagues are, I am totally into just the boldness of it, just how different it is, and how ballsy it is. So good for Valve on that. I do think this thing is going to be really freaking expensive. Look at it. It's got like all this beefy technology behind it. It's got a full capacitive touchscreen on the controller. So we shall see. I think it will be exciting to see this in a package with a Steam machine, though. You'll see a Steam machine and a cool controller. That's exciting. That's something I want to see. And I think that people might see that and go, oh, cool, look at this thing. It has a really cool controller and it plays computer games. I'm hoping that that is kind of like the missing link to this whole Steam machine, Steam OS thing that I don't think is still really going to totally connect with all consumers, but we'll see. So guys, let's talk about this. Let me know what you guys think of this Steam controller. Are you into it? Are you a PC gamer? Will you use it? Will you stick to a mouse and keyboard? Will you curious and give it a try? Or do you just hate it? And if you're a console gamer and you don't give a shit about this video, are you even watching this video? Let me know if you would use it, if you're curious about it. Like, do you like that it's different, or are you into just your classic joypads? So let's talk about the Steam controller down in the comments below. And as always, guys, I'm Jake Baldino. You can like me on Facebook, you can yell at me on Twitter, and subscribe because video games.